Good morning. I'm Shay Nicole, and this is my channel, and we're going to do our best to stay a little reined in today. And you're never going to guess. Never going to guess. Nobody's going to get that. Hold up. Actually, I'm not going to do it so somebody thinks. Good morning. Oh. Superman! I was just thinking about you. Look. Don't be jealous, okay? Don't be jealous. But check what I got. They're Bob Ross socks. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing today? It's a new day in the house. I know, right? Dude, his fro and beard are fuzzy. Like, they're like a completely different fabric. Good morning. Look, you guys, look what I got us for our new office. It's a plant. Good morning. Thank you. That's right. You have a great day too. Good morning, Amanda. I love seeing your posts. So cute. I don't know what we should name it, so I'm gonna sit on it for a second, you know. Need a better spot for it. Set you right here. Probably need some water. I should give it some water. I guess I'll give it some more Primo. So much to do right now. Man, there's so much to do. You're at the honeymoon stage. Honeymoon stage? Do you mean the honeymoon stage of just you guys being in the relationship, like it's being new still? Or do you mean you got married and you guys are going to honeymoon? How do you feel, you know, with the awareness of it being the honeymoon? For real. Look, I've just watched Bob Ross for like 5 minutes this week, and I'm like, I literally was staring at the TV. I just was walking through the room to turn off the TV, and I just heard him talking, and I was like, is this Bob Ross, or is it Son, maybe? He's just like going at it. I was like, I could be a painter. I don't know. I could be a painter. After watching him for 5 minutes, I was sure of it. Elephant plant to grow really big. I love them. Yeah, I heard they do. I think I have one, and it's grown really big, and I'm super excited about it, but it also needs more space. Name it Tails from Sonic the Hedgehog, just because no reason. Tails? I like that. Okay, Tails. Tails is our new plant. Beginning of the relationship. Okay, awesome. Well, it looks like he's doing a good job. Look like he's doing a good job. Is he doing a good job? Have you guys had any chance to have any conflicts to tackle together? I know that's builds the, what is it called? Oxytocin. I can't think of the word, but a chemical in our brains that helps us bond. Have you saw his problem-solving skills yet? Has he knocked some problem-solving skills out of the way? Because that's important. You know, I know it's weird to want, but when I do start, like, entering that type of talking stage with someone on that level, I am really excited to see how they problem solve, how they respond to, you know, upset or like disagreements. I can't wait to disagree with someone. Not to fight or argue or for drama, but to see if they are able to climb a mountain with me, you know, to see if we're able to go into the trenches together and also navigate our way out, or if they're gonna flee, you know, those type of things is kind of important. It's actually vital. So I downsize things to, like, I don't know why. Bob is the man, I agree. You look great without makeup. Thank you, Brad. Thank you. Yes, I make the makeup. The makeup does not make me. Um, I wear makeup the same reason I like to paint. I just like the artistic abilities of it. If I could go further and do the full face and the eyeshadow and all that and feel like, wow, that's just a brand new painting, love it, I would, but I don't like it. It's like a texture thing I can't figure out. And then I feel weird and self-conscious and stuff, and I don't like that. I feel fine with my face, you know? So this one I'd be like, God did this, so if you don't like it, you're upset with the creator, not me. It's not a me thing. It's Bob the Builder, not instead of houses, he builds memories. Yes, yes. Let's get those. Oh, yeah. Get the likes up, you guys. Get the likes up. I know, my algorithm's been tanking. Fighting with the little okra wearing Bob Ross. Yes, man. Oh, nice. Good. So far, I'm the picky one, but I do know him used to work at my office. Oh, that's so cute. That's awesome. Sub-Zero or Scorpion if you get down to Mortal Kombat. I mean, that is one of my favorite games. Ooh, I love Mortal Kombat. I do get down. Sub-Zero or Scorpion. That's so hard. I'm gonna have to say Sub-Zero. I have to say Sub-Zero. And also, that makes me want to do some art or cosplay. Yeah, so mindfulness practice, tried this week, really, really enjoyed it, was thinking about how I want to feel. So I was thinking about my I've been working really hard on my connections and my relationships, and just trying to be more present and vocal and communicative. And, I've met some people with some, hey, look, this is how I do things. That's how I have to be able to communicate. Look at my shoulders. It's okay if you don't like it. You're welcome to also say if you don't like it, but this is what I mean if we're still going to be connected, or, heavily on the detaching right now. Heavily on the, you live that direction, I live this direction, but, if we can convene a now and then, I like that. So it's weird to talk to people you've talked to plenty and be like, hey, look, I'm working on these things. Like it or don't like it, that's fine, but you do need to communicate it. When it comes to makeup, I follow my friend's POV. Dating a girl with makeup is like dating two girls at once, unless she has meds too, because then she could be so people. Yeah, I mean, makeup is fun. Like, cosplay is fun. Like, that would be cool to dress in different cosplay and go meet the same person. Like, hey, meet me at the place at like 8. I was showing up as a different person. They'd be like, no, she wore the dinosaur one today. I wasn't expecting that. I love this one couple. They're so adorable. The Scotts. His wife is such a gremlin, but also drop dead gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Like, they're so cute. Scorpion all the way, but Sub-Zero is also not. Maybe try dating someone who isn't a patient in a mental hospital. Oh, that might work. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not really worried about dating because I'm worried about myself, And I feel like that's an important part in dating, is worrying about yourself. But yeah, I was thinking about how I have felt in certain relationships and how I want to feel, and I've been also trying to like go back through all of my history of relationships, whether they be friendships, relationships, any of those type of things. And I made 2 lists. I made a list of how I don't want to feel, and I made a list of how I want to feel. And it was really incredible to get to like voice those feelings, because I feel like sometimes we don't do that, Like, how do you want to feel? How do you not want to feel? Okay, that's it. That's where we landed. So, yeah. Ugh. Yeah, but then I've also been really going in with my kids about it. Like, how are you guys feeling? How would you like to feel? And I got some great words from them because sometimes they struggle to put words to how they're feeling. And I get a little, I don't know, you know. When I listen to the professionals online, sometimes it really irks me. It really pisses me off sometimes. Like, they say some stupid stuff that can really, like, hinder and hurt a person's growth, you know? And I really thought about it. Like, I had to think about it. Like, I was like, why does Adam Lane Smith, like, what about him irks me? And I really had to think about it. You know, because I do listen to him a lot, and I just think it's not just the way that he talks. It's kind of like he constantly talks about, like, oh, we're gonna fix your attachment, we're gonna fix you, or like he'll like put like these titles like how to fix, and he focuses mainly, it feels like he focuses mainly on like men and like avoidant men, and like them being like broken, and like and I'm not, we're all broken, you know what I mean? But it's not really a broken type of thing if you were made like that, you know? Like, we're all made how we're made, but it's how you develop. So really, there is no fixing, because that would mean that there was something to go back to. There's nothing to go back to. You're developing something completely new that's never been. So it doesn't really make sense to be like, I'm fixing. And also, you can't fix someone's attachment. You can help like demonstrate secure attachment, but you can't fix somebody's attachment. And I have yet to see him fix somebody's attachment. You know, I've seen people anxiously or avoidantly sit at his table, but him claiming like, oh, you can fix somebody. You can't fix somebody. People have to want to fix things for themselves. You can't make me stop eating chocolate ice cream at 2 in the morning. I have to be like, dang. I want to fit into that outfit finally, you know, and put the chocolate ice cream down. Which is hard to do because I really like chocolate ice cream, man. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. These professionals have read about it and not lived through it. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I wouldn't say that he hasn't lived through it, because I don't know him like that, and I think that he did come from, like, he did have, maybe he was an avoidant, or maybe he wasn't anxious. I'm not really sure, but it just sounds sales pitchy. It sounds like buy my course, and that's how it feels. And I think that's what I don't like, is that it feels not fully genuine. But it doesn't take away from the fact that there is knowledge there to like take the knowledge of. But you can't break men. He's talking about breaking men. We're talking about tending to the inner child that wasn't tended to. We're talking about realizing that, yes, you have an inner child that needs to be tended to, that needs to be seen and heard and loved and to feel safe. Regardless of when you were that little 5-year-old or 6-year-old, you were already Terminator, you were already grown and efficient and responsible. That's not normal. You being hyper vigilant as a child and then becoming an adult and going, well, I made it, isn't normal, you know? You not being stressed in stressful situations or sad in sad situations is a signal that something deeper is going on. I never want to feel as dehydrated as I was yesterday ever again. I'm okay now. Aw, John. Well, cheers to that. Let me drink my water. We are all developed by our life experiences. I agree. Everyone has different life experiences that bring them to where they are. We can help guide and give support. Everyone has to want to change for negative and positive. Yeah, and I think it takes like having something in front of you that you want, you know? It's good to want things. And also it comes through connection, because you can't really know if you like how your attachment is going if you don't connect. If you don't have people that you regularly connect with, then you can't gauge where you're at in your connecting. And you know, some people, you get close to some people and you become more avoidant. It just is a natural response to who they are, how they are, what their connection is. If you get close to someone that's more avoidant, it can trigger anxious behavior. So then your connection, you know, so really it's a repetition of picking and choosing more secure behavior to interact with than anything. So it's getting on a page and then finding people on that same page, or at least in the same chapter, and going, hey, this is good. Let's keep doing some more of this. People don't understand that they have to help each other towards their goals instead of change their goals. Like help each other or utilize each other. You know what I mean? Because regardless of whether you want to help me or not, you're going to. You're helping me by being here. Whether you're talking to me or not. Whether you're interacting with me or not. Whether you're buying something from the store I'm at or not. There is something to be learned or gained or observed. But that's for me to uncover. That's for me to get curious about. There's something that you could pick up and gain and learn. Could be, hey, there's these really cool Bob Ross socks at the dollar store and they have fuzzy afro beard part. So that could be what you took up from this whole thing. Thank you. I got classic Nintendo sitting in front of me right now, plus. Oh, do you? Are you bragging right now? That's awesome. I'm like a do or don't person. If I want to do something with someone, I do. If I don't, I don't. My attachment style doesn't come into play. I don't think. I'm pretty freeform. That's awesome that you're pretty freeform. I want to think about that. Freeform. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. I'm also very like that. Like if I want to do it, I will do it. If I don't want to do it, I won't do it. But I think it comes with, like, some people, I'll want to do anything. We can do anything, and I don't really care what it is. And other people, I don't want to do anything, even if I want to do it. I don't want to do it anymore. Because it's, the company really, to me, does matter. I would prefer there to be no company to sway me either way, or a person, usually, that I can agree, we know that nobody's going to try to talk me into anything that I don't want. That I already said no. It's not going to make me have to go no twice, because if I say no 2 or 3, 4 times, it's not going to be like the first time I said politely no, you know? So it'd be smart and still polite, but you probably have some, like, you didn't hear me the first time in there, you know? When in life, if you keep the inner child, you win in life. Yeah, like, inner child's there whether you like it or not. They're in the background, whether you like it or not, feeling however they're feeling, whether you like it or not. I'm taking understanding of it. Isn't picking up and doing laundry. Taking care of the inner child isn't picking up and doing laundry. Mossy, taking care of the inner child, I agree. To an extent. I was a parentified child, which means that I was a little parent really early. And that's something that I'm trying to rewire with my own daughter because I'm observing that she's a bit parentified, and I think that my children are my main motivating factor in life and have been, and they have their own attachment wounds that they need to process and that we need to unravel because they're still children. So I'm like, look, if I can get a grip on this and really understand it, then I can help them as well. But I don't know how to help them until I can help myself. But healing the inner child would be like so many things I was too big for. I was too grown for. 7 years old, too grown for it. Coloring with crayons, I'm an adult. I don't color with crayons. There's just so many beliefs like that one. I love coloring with crayons. Coloring with crayons is so fun. I really enjoy that actually. That was something from my childhood that I absolutely loved and I was really good at and I get super focused and nerd out on. And I don't know where that belief came from that I'm too grown to draw with crayons. So for me, what tending to my inner child looks like is buying the giant box of crayons that I really, really wanted to get. Did I want to ask somebody if I should get the big one or the medium one? I did, but I didn't. I refrained. I was like, you know what? You don't actually need anybody, girl. And I was like, you're right, I don't. But I would like to ask. It's like, don't ask. So I didn't. I just bought the one that I wanted, which was obviously the big one. It was 96 crayons. And it came with the sharpener. So cool. I always wanted that. And I went to pick out a couple coloring books, and I came out with my coloring books. And I was like, that's right. These are for me. Anyways, felt really silly. But so I got the coloring books that I wanted. I got Berenstain princess Disney princesses because I love Disney princesses, and I got Lisa Frank because I love Lisa Frank. It was the only one that was left. It was a big one. Honestly, the pages weren't that great, but that's okay. And so I got those and I hid them in my little space that I have. And I was planning on doing it alone, but a part of healing and connecting with people, I was like, how could I enrich this even more than I already have, envisioned. And so I invited my daughter, who we need more one-on-one time together. We need more time. I know and can feel that she needs to be included. She needs to be invited. She needs to be told, hey, like, it's cool. Let them be little babies. You're gonna like be a Terminator like I had become and have become. And I, told her to come out with me and we colored. And the coloring was for my inner child, but hers was getting to ask all these questions, getting to talk about how she feels, getting to be listened to. So that's just an example of healing your inner child. And also, how do you even interact with people like that when you want to, but they are too afraid? Like people with unresolved trauma, it's difficult. So how you interact with people that when you want to, but they are too afraid, like people with unresolved trauma, it's difficult. I would leave invitations to connect. I think that that's the best and safest way to do, and I really appreciate that. There's people that will invite me to do things, and I want to. But something in me is like, it's not safe yet, or I can't, or I don't want to. And part of that is saying no. But the way to interact with some people is really just respect, trust, respect how they're feeling, like invite. If you want to interact with them, you can have bids for connection, but you can't guarantee, or like if you have people that are unresolved trauma, if you could text me like 15 times. If I'm in a non-responsive state, or if I don't want to respond, or if I don't feel like you're respecting me, if I don't feel respected, or if I don't feel like you don't trust that I'm going to get back to you when I am able, or when I feel good enough to, then to me you don't respect the relationship, you know? So um it would help me if you gave me an example, if you had an example to give that would kind of help me a little bit. Um, but sometimes people with unresolved trauma are already in a loop, they're already in a cycle. So having compassion for the fact that, hey, maybe they have some things to work through, maybe them sitting with their unresolved trauma is more important, and sometimes that's kind of a hard pill to swallow. And I think it would be in those moments how you said it's difficult. What's difficult about it? Is it that you have a longing for them? Is it a longing to connect? Is it that you want something that you're not getting at this moment? Is it that you're having to be met with like being patient? Is it that you're having to trust that you guys have a connection even though you guys aren't connecting like to this week or today or this month? You know, my strongest connections are the ones where I feel safest to be like communicate freely, and sometimes we can neglect those relationships, you know, in a way, but they still feel safest because I don't feel judged. I don't feel difficult. I don't feel like, wow, I shared my trauma with you and it's going to be used against me. I hope that helped. I don't know if any of that helped, but um, I hope it did. I got the Atari game box but haven't set it up. What? You better set it up. Why does everyone feel the need to share their traumas? Like, keep that stuff to yourself. I actually haven't shared any, but Dem Evil Ways, I think that you're in alignment with your name. You're promoting repression. And I think it might be because we're coming into this age where people are just now realizing that they have unresolved trauma and they're trying to process it. And sometimes it's not safe to process it online because of people like Dem Evil Ways. They're not bad or evil. Obviously, they have some type of um, judgment about themselves. You know, you can see it coming through how they view the world right there, how they view other people. I would say you probably don't talk about things, you probably repress some things, and there might be some problems in your life that you have to deal with because of that. I don't know. I don't know anything about you. I don't think we've even interacted. But I will say that I'm at an age where I'm noticing people also around my age dealing with a lot of conditions, and like gut conditions, immunity problems, cancers, and all of those things can be because you stored your trauma for so long and you just live in this cycle of fight or flight and you don't even know that you're in it. So the fact that more people are talking about their traumas and expressing them, I think is awesome. I think that they need safer spaces to do so. I think that meeting people one-on-one, like coaching and journaling and building secure relationships to where you can talk to these people instead of coming online and sharing everything. That's not a safe thing to do. I would not recommend that. I'm okay. I only want good company. There's hella people in the road. I agree. I have this weird OCD behavior. I don't want to feel it. Can you describe that OCD behavior? What does it bring you to do? Like, where do you feel that come into play in your life? Is it like everything? Is it all the time? Is it when you're walking? I was telling myself from 3 years and would get the big box and eat the tips off each gun. No! I was telling someone my trauma doesn't affect me. It's in the past, it's gone. My parents have stuff in their childhoods 40 years ago that they used to claim that's the reason that they are. Okay. That's interesting. Hello, stranger. Long time. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you as well. Thank you. Yes, I am not stretching like I was going to. I got kind of yappy, but we will probably start stretching here pretty soon. Well, made it in the new house. Had to wait a week to get movers to the house. Nice. Driveway had to be put in first. That's so exciting. Hi, Trey. I missed you. I helped one of my ex's kids get over her fear of heights, and it helped me by having that role as a responsible adult. Oh, Mossy, thank you so much for sharing that. And that's perfect. That's so beautiful. And that is exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes us helping other people heal something in us. And that's the part of when we connect with other people, there's some healing that can't happen until we do. Like my girlfriend doesn't know it, but her showing me the grace and giving me the reassurance and giving me the love without condition or without like feeling obligated in back and stuff like that. It's healing. It's so healing. Getting to go to the 4th of July and be included and be, yeah, to feel included. That's really important for me in my relationships, is feeling included, feeling invited, feeling welcome, wanted. Those are really things that are important for me. I have to start to be able to communicate with all of the connections and relationships that I'm having, and I have to really be real with myself before I can even do that. But it is healing on another level for me. I don't know if it is for her or not. She seems like she's set up and she's got a lot of secure connections. But for me, I am still learning who is safe and who is like got more secure behaviors, and I can see where some things about me make people really avoidant, make people like keep their distance and, sometimes attack me or be mean. And I'm like, look, you don't have to do all that. I'll stay over here, you stay over there, leave me alone, because I'm not here for that. It's like a doctor you see it for the first time, if I give you a personal or just a check outline. If I give you a personal vibe, just a check. Interesting. Women get traumatized for exploring before marriage. That sounded like a book. Women have an added stress of the egg timer at 35. Men don't have. Well, I don't have to worry about a timer. No fun before marriage sucks. What? That's why you see so many Jezebels everywhere. That's so funny. I know girls shouldn't have asked their age, but I want to know. What's yours? Mine's 33. I'm in my mid-30s. I've taught friends how to do things that turned into a trade after they got the fundamentals. Good morning, Joel. My morning's going good. Yeah, I don't do casual interactions like that, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, I'm not out here trading. Very, very exciting stuff. Love my Bob Ross socks. They're amazing. Oh, snap. I forgot I had tea. Where is my tea? Where the heck is my tea? I got my favorite tea. Not gonna do a lunch. Ugh. Like hanging out with my dad. It feels so good and it feels like home. And I know that he's like older. So I don't know. They say like when you get older, you get stuck in your ways and stuff. I think that that's an old saying. I think that saying needs to just die out, because I don't think you're only as stuck as you want, just like you're only as old as you feel. And it's a limiting belief for older people to, like, I could be like, well, I'm just like this, and that's just how I am. And some of those stupid videos will be like, yeah, avoidant people are like being, like, loving an avoidant person is like being in a prison. I wouldn't, like, okay. That's so mean. I'm not saying it's untrue, but if it's a prison, it's in your mind. Like, it's in your mind. You can't handle the space. You can't handle space. You can't respect boundaries. My boundary could be I only want to talk once a month, okay? Or it could be I don't freaking reach out to people, but I'd like to work on it with you, you know, things like that. You have to be, like, able to communicate things. Like, I have tried to reach out to people more often. I've gotten better at it, you know. But I'm still really horrible at it. And honestly, 2-3 people is a lot of freaking people to get back to. So to have 5 or 6 or 8 or 10, that's like overwhelming. Especially in the mix of life and hobbies and dreams and habits and trying to grow. You know, I've been yapping for 30 minutes with like a handful of people on here, but I still need to do my stretching. I still have at least, like, my most secure attachment. It still feels so weird to say that, but like, I have a message at least a couple, like a day old, from somebody that I really care about, that I want to really, really know what they said. You know what I mean? But I haven't opened it yet because I wanted to be in a place that I could listen and take it in and respond. You know, and normally they'd feel anxious, or they'd feel like, oh, why aren't she responding? Or how come she takes so long to respond? Like, a lot of people, when they don't know you, they'll act like that. And, or like, they'll be like, well, we're not gonna be friends. We're not gonna talk because of like this. Like the live, you guys, double tap the screen. Those connections don't last, because obviously you want me to connect in your way. You want me to connect how you're connecting. I'm going to connect how I'm going to connect, regardless of how you feel about it. You know, we can talk about it. I can work on certain things, you know, but the best I can do is communicate to you, this is how I am. This is the version of me everybody gets. You might not know it if I give you a different version, and then you're going to be shocked shitless when I'm a completely different person next week. I don't want to do that to you, but I have a tendency to do that, you know? But I don't have to worry about that with my most secure connection, because we have that understanding. I speak freely to you, you speak freely to me. We have clear, open communication. If something's misunderstood, we're giving each other the benefit of the doubt, because that's a safe place for us to be able to do that. You know what I mean? And that feels so amazing to have that connection. But that's somebody that's really important to me. My brother. I still have to get back to my brother. There's plenty of people that I have to get back to that I love so much. But I gotta be, like, in a place, in a time, and I gotta feel safe and secure enough to do that. And it has nothing to do with them. It's only to do with me, my space, what's going on. No, I'm not in a relationship. Cheyenne just got done with the costume. What? Excuses. Taking up time. Decisions could have been made. What? Did I go on my walk this morning? I haven't gone on my walk yet this morning, but I came in here to stretch and stuff. I made myself available to be around positive people. That's awesome. That's so exciting. I'm so proud of you. Usually people make their own prisons without knowing if it feels comfortable, but sometimes change is better. Yeah, sometimes change is better. Sometimes you have to address, like, how do I feel around this person? How do I feel each time I talk to this person? Do I feel comfortable? Do I feel uncomfortable? If I feel uncomfortable, what is about this is making me feel uncomfortable? How come I feel this? I think feeling strongly in any direction is a really big sign and a really big, like, hey, you're feeling something really intensely. That's okay, but what is it? How are you feeling? Where do you feel it in your body? You know, talk about it, name it. And I listened to something today, and it said, when somebody says something to you, like disrespectful, when somebody says something disrespectful to you, either ask them what, like, to repeat themselves, ask them what they said, or I have to re-listen to it, but that was a good one. Or ask them, like, how did you want me to feel about that? Or, like, did you mean for that to sound rude? I just had an experience like that recently, and I was like, I wish I knew what to say right now, because what you said was rude and untrue, but that's okay. It's okay, because you're just rude, and that's okay. That's a you thing. I don't have to personalize the fact that you're rude. I meant relationships. We're all in relationships. Your parents, friendships, children, like, we have, like, that's a relationship. If you talk to anybody on the regular or connect with, we have a relationship. This is a parasocial relationship. I mean, parasocial kind of would lead one to believe one-sided, but like I said, you get a benefit how you see fit. If you feel like you're taking value, or you feel like you're learning or growing in some way, like, that's for you to discover. You have to deem, is this a positive experience for me? Is this a negative experience for me? Can I take what I'm feeling in this experience and turn it into growth or positivity? Will it benefit in some way? Or are you like, this is just somewhere where I'm caught for 42 minutes and, like, wasting my life, and I need to go do something else better? So, like, totally up to everybody's own discernment. I've got a relationship with myself, and from that stable base, I can explore. Good job. Good morning, Trey. It's got me a plant too, but it's hanging outside. Nice. Do you name your plants too? This is Tails. Everybody, meet Tails. Double tap the screen for Tails. Oh wait, you guys can't see Tails. Okay, there. That's Tails. People create perspectives to protect their ego. It's wise to respect and accept the natural drift of people, so people don't create their own sense of disappointment. Nice. I love that. Decide to accept behavior or not. I agree. Let people be people. Let people do what they want, and then you'll see what they actually want. Let people be people. Sometimes I have a habit of overextending, I would say. And it's only out of love, but I can see how, like the girl that came here. My kid's dad's girlfriend came to get her car fixed yesterday, and at the end, she goes to church and stuff. So I had these hats, these beanies. I need to get some people out there beanies. But it says Jesus is King, and I knew that she was really into, church and stuff like that, like deep in the church, I heard. So I was, like, wrestling with, like, do I give this to her? Do I not give this to her? I don't know. But when I went to go give it to her, I saw on her face, she was like, what the heck? Why are you giving me something? This is, like, I felt weird at that point, but I was like, look, you can take them or you don't have to take them, but I just have them, and I do just give them to people. That's normal for me, But I think that there was this, and I know people are, like, not used to receiving things, so they're like, so it's like, you got to be careful who you give to, who's ready to receive you, who's when you said decide to accept behavior or not, that's 100% accurate. Sometimes people don't want to accept things, and that's on them. Like if you don't want to give it away, you feel some type of way, even a penny. Like, a lot of times when I'm at the cash register and stuff, like, I'll go to reach for a penny to make the change be, like, even or something. Some people are like, no, I got it. And some people have a problem with even receiving a penny. I don't know where that came from. Some people cannot count out change, and they'll be like bringing their change. They'll feel super guilty. Like, I don't give a shit if you give me $1 in a pennies, or if you give me $1 and $1, it's still $1. You shouldn't have to feel bad because you're having to count 100 pennies. That's okay. That's all right. Whoever rushed you in your life, just know I'm not rushing you. We're chilling. They're fine. They're going to be okay. It's good. That same person will be like, I don't want a handout when I try to give them a penny. You know what I mean? So it's a them thing. And I think that we just need to not personalize people being themselves, and we need to just accept, like you said, their behavior. And for me, I have to feel accepted. I have to feel like you trust my intent. You trust that I trust you. You respect me, I respect you. I can respect if you don't want my penny. I can respect that. I can't respect it if you take my penny and you're pissed off about it afterwards. I can't respect it, you know? If you don't tell me we have a problem, you have a problem. We do not have a problem. I will go on thinking everything is good. Thank you for confirming that I should also be proud of the achievement. We're both human, confirmed. Yeah, no, that's super exciting. That's super awesome. To get invited to something and to, you know, do it is another thing. To receive that and to go, I deserve to be around positive, good people, that's awesome. I have the elephant plant too. Oh, do you? That's awesome. You gonna work out later too? I am gonna work out. But Joel, I did get on here because of you, just so you know. I was not planning on getting on live, but we have been on for 46 minutes, and I've been so caught up in the conversation. It's been really great, awesome conversation. Way different than the plan that I had, which was to work out, and I am still gonna work out, but I'm actually gonna get off of here. So I'm gonna keep it live for a couple more minutes. Just to kind of catch up with the things, and then I'm gonna hop off and kind of do my own thing with myself. I would purposely say something rude or out of pocket just to see if they were gonna call me out on it. No, for sure. Next time I'm going to, because like I can tell there's some people that have ill will towards me and ill intent, and I think that it might come from them thinking I'm upset with them, or them thinking that like I have some type of like I'm harboring something. I don't know, but I don't. I'm not gonna waste my energy and time on that. So, but I would like to just be like, hey, look, I don't have a problem. So, I really value clarity. Love the no makeup morning. What's on the agenda today? I'm about to stretch and work out and dance. I love dancing. Dancing is one of my favorite things to do. If you guys haven't had enough of me yet, I did make a bunch of long form content that you can go watch. I think it's only at like 30 views, my last one. So that'd be awesome if anybody wanted to spend that 9 minutes checking that out and tell me how they felt or how they liked it. Or I know that it's not the genre a lot of people came in on, but it's where we're at. And so, yeah. Thank you so much for any of the comments that have already been made. I will be getting back to them in due time. Actually, I named mine Seymour since it's a carnivorous plant. That's so cute. My beau is named Seymour. That's hilarious. Because I wanted to name it that. Heading to a professional football game next Thursday. Fun! No, I'm not showing you my bicep muscle. Going to Cypress Hill concert in 3 weeks. Woo! That's awesome. Nice, Mossy. Hope you have a good time. It's gonna be a good time. If you would need to pass. All right, I think we're caught up. You're amazing. Have a good day today. Don't forget to draw today, Cameron. Amen. I will definitely do that. I like you. You're chill. You could have a key to my house. Oh, wow, Paul. That's big. Thank you. I like the way you speak. It makes me think hard. It makes me think more. Like, takes me a second to process, and I feel like I still need to process the things you say sometimes, so I appreciate that. All right, you guys, I do need a hot tub super bad. I can't wait to have one. It's on the go list. So Have a great day. Bye.